Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have such an exciting video for you guys today. By the way, before I get into that, my name is Shannon. If you have not been here before, welcome. If you have been here, of course, welcome back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And hit that notification bell as well that's right down there, just so you know when I actually upload new content and you can kind of stay up to date with what I upload. So today, like I said, it's going to be a really fun video. I'm actually doing a first impressions on the new Anastasia of Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, as well as the Amrezy highlight. I have both, and we're going to use both of them today in this video. So, this is what it looks like. So this is the new palette. This is a pretty typical packaging for Anastasia of Beverly Hills. It has like the velvet outer part. It's beautiful, of course, when you first open it, but definitely over time, like the other palettes, it will get quite dirty, but I don't mind. I still really like the packaging, and it's just so typical, and you expect it now from Anastasia Beverly Hills for this line, so I'm really excited, and I'm excited that I have it. So that's kind of what it looks like. It does come with a brush in here as well, which is this the typical brush, the dual-ended brush. It has kind of a crease side, and then it has a side to kind of pack on shimmer shades or any kind of color that you want to pack onto your lid. I don't use it a ton, but yeah, it does have a nice mirror. It's typical. That's the colors. So the colors are really beautiful in this palette, like absolutely stunning. It is a neutral palette, but one thing I have to say about this palette that I really enjoy is that there's a good mixture. There's tempera, which is kind of the shade that you can lay down. If you put like a concealer or primer down, you can put that over top so you can blend your shadows easily. It has nice shimmer shades. It has shades that you can highlight with. It has deeper tones that you can use on the outer parts of your eyes to give a nice dimension. It has those shimmer shades for the lid. It has a little bit of everything that you need. Tons of transition shades, and that's what I look for in a palette, because these are the types of palettes that you're going to be grabbing for daily. So I do really appreciate that, and I think Anastasia at Beverly Hills always does a really good job at their color choices in their palettes. So I'm personally really happy with this. Even though it is a neutral palette, I think there are some cool unique shades in here. And I will say this one definitely performs like the Modern Renaissance for the colors that I've tried so far. You'll see in the eye tutorial that I'm going to do here in a moment that I dipped into a few of the shades, not every single shade, but I definitely dipped into a few of them, and it's a beautiful palette. I really like it. I think this should actually be called the Sisters of the Modern Renaissance, because it definitely performs that way. Even though I didn't use every shade in the next clip, I have dipped into quite a few of the shades, and they all kind of remind me of the Modern Renaissance. They're definitely more firmly pressed, but they still have a little bit of give to them when you tap your brush in, but it gives you that soft, pigmented, easy to blend look. They don't muddy up. So far I am really enjoying this. So if you guys want to see the eye look that I actually have on right now, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so I have you zoomed in. So we're going to go in and do my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Orange Soda down here, which is kind of a unique color. I actually think first I'm going to set my eyes just with that Tempera shade, which is also in the Modern Renaissance. So I'm just going to take that on a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush, and we're going to just pat that on our lid. And this is just kind of to make sure that the shadows blend well. I always do this, and I just put some concealer on my eyelids. I don't usually use eye primer. So we have that nice and good. Right, so I have you zoomed in a little bit more. So we're going to go in with that Orange Soda shade now, and I'm going to use the same Real Techniques brush. I really like this brush. It's big and fluffy, and it gets up high, which I like on my crease. So I'm just going to go in here. This color is really unique. Like, I think it's a really cool color. We're just going to continue building this crease color. I like to bring mine up a little bit further. It's a really beautiful color. I'm going to bring it up here a little bit. We're just going to go back and forth with that color to build it up. So these colors are definitely more like the Modern Renaissance so far from what I've used in it. I just really tried using it today. I did my other eye and I'm just doing this one on camera for you guys, but this one definitely feels more like the Modern Renaissance, which is amazing because I know that's what everyone was hoping for. We'll get a good amount of color on there. This color is just a really pretty crease shade. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Alright, so I have that built up kind of to what I want it to look like. So the next shade I'm going to use is going to be the Dusty Rose shade. I really, really like that shade. Like, it's really unique to this palette. I think it's really beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to tap into that and I'm going to use a Morphe RG18. Now, I got this in a Morphe in Me subscription, so I'm going to go in right on that crease again, a little bit lower, and on the outer corner. I tried using the brush that came with this, but I'm not really a big fan of the brushes that come in these. I mean, they're not as bad as other brushes, but I don't mind the smudger, like the smudger end to put on like shimmers and things. They're not even so much a smudger, but like to pack on color onto your eyes. That part's not that bad, and I am going to use that today. So we're just going to put this, and I love this color. I think it's so beautiful. By the way, I don't know why I chose this eye. I have a spot on this eye, like right around here, that for some reason pigment doesn't stick as well as on the other side. It's really weird. And this side of my face as well, where my bronzer goes, I have that same issue. It's super, super strange. So I'm going to keep building this up. I want to get it similar to the other side. And we're really building up this color to kind of give our eyes definition. Okay, so I have that color pretty much done. So I'm going to go in with the next shade. I'm going to use the same brush to build up color, and I'm going to use the shade Mulberry. So this is a really pretty like burgundy shade. I think it looks absolutely stunning. So I'm going to dip into that, and we're going to build up this color on the outer part and on the inner part. So we're kind of going to do like a little bit of a halo eye. So I'm going to build it up right in here. And then we're going to work it up into the crease, just lightly. I don't like to do it too crazy, but we're going to add just a little bit here. I haven't been experiencing much fallout at all with these shadows. Like when you tap into them, you get a little bit, but it is definitely not like the subculture. So that is a plus if you guys did not like the subculture. Okay, so we're just going to continue building up that color. We're going to try to leave the center fairly untouched because that's kind of where I want to put the shimmer shade. I'm going to put a little bit more in here. Okay, so as you guys can see, that is building really well. Like, the colors blend really well together. They're not like muddying up. I really, really like this so far. Like, I can see me using this as much as the Modern Renaissance. So now that I have that built up, I'm actually going to take a little bit of concealer, some Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to put that right in the center. And then we're going to put a shimmer shade on. Alright, so I have the concealer on my brush, so I'm just going to go in with ABH Cosmetics number 11 from the Carnival collection. You guys see me use this a lot. It's really good for doing any kind of work with concealer on your eyes, cutting your crease, anything like that. So I'm just going to do the center. And I'm going to focus this up to my crease. Okay, so if you bring this out a little too much, it's alright because we're going to pack some more color on there in the outer part if it's too light there, because I know this one is a little bit more in, but we'll fix that one up. You guys obviously can't see the other side, but there's my crease work. I'll try to get that a little bit straighter here. So we're going to go in the shade Rose Pink next. So it's this one right here, and it's a really pretty kind of pinky shade, and we're going to go in with that one. So I'm going to put that right where I placed the concealer. Now I will say this color picks up really easily. I'm just using the brush that came with it. You can see it picks up a lot of pigment as soon as you touch it, and we're going to pack that right in the center. Look how pretty that shade is, guys. Like, it's so pretty. I'm going to really kind of focus that. Laying that concealer down really helps kind of pull everything together. I'm going to blend the outer edges a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go back in and clean it up with that shade Mulberry. I'm going to go back to the same Morphe RG18 brush. Okay, so I'm going to pick some of that up. These are definitely more like the Modern Renaissance too. These shadows, like, they are really gorgeous. And define that crease a little bit more. Alright, and I'm going to add a pop of color into this inner corner, and then we'll kind of like finish our eye look up. So I'm going to just take a crease brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Fairy, which is this pretty like goldy, like glistening-y shade. I'm going to dip into that, and I'm going to put that right in the inner corner. Oh, that's really pretty as well, like, so beautiful. I'm going to blend that up. And I'm just throwing it on my other corner as well to brighten that up. Alright guys, so that is the complete eye look. I am going to do underneath as well. Alright guys, so that's what it's looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and do underneath my eye as well. So I think I'm going to keep this... I don't know if I'm going to keep using this crease brush. Let's switch it out to another brush, and I think I'm going to go in with the shade Dusty Rose that we used, and I'm going to put that down underneath my lash line. Alright, so I'm going to go in with a Royal & Langnickel Omnia BOM18 detail brush, so it's kind of just like a smudger brush. I'm going to go ahead and go in with that on that lower lash line. This is such a pretty shade. Alright, and then I'm going to pull in some of Mulberry as well, so that deeper shade that we used. I'm going to focus that on this outer part of my eye. Alright, so that is the completed look. I am going to go in and put some lashes on, I'm just going to do mascara, and I'll finish up my other eye to make sure it's complete, and then we will come back and you guys can see the completed eye look. Alright guys, so I have you zoomed out a little bit, so I just went ahead and put some mascara on. So I added some of the Marc Jacobs Extreme Volume Velvet Noir Mascara. I really like this stuff. I think it's really good. And then I also added some Marc Jacobs highlighter. It's one of the shimmer ones, and it's in the shade Jazzberry. I thought this would kind of go nice in the waterline with this eye look. So I went ahead and added that. I'm going to put a little bit of lip oil on. I just bought this yesterday. It's the Covergirl Vitalist Elixir lip oil. I thought it looked nice, and it's like, it's very comfortable. This one is Guava. What shade is this? Guava Goodness, and it has the guava scent as well. So there's not much color. It's just more of a nice, like, moisturizing lip oil. So I'll go ahead and put that on. So if you notice, I didn't really do the high part of my brow, and I didn't do my highlighter. I don't know if you can tell, but I actually have the new Amrezy highlighter as well, as I mentioned, and I figured we could go in and actually put that on together. So here's what it looks like. Really freaking gorgeous. Like, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go in with a highlighting brush, and I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics number 4 from the Carnival collection. You guys have seen this before. We're going to tap in, and I'm just going to do the high points of my face. So we're going to do over here. So we'll get that hair out of the way. And this truly, like, you can touch this and it doesn't really affect the wave that's in it, which is cool. It's really a cool texture. I'm really impressed by it. Like, it's such a pretty highlighter. I find it doesn't, like, emphasize the texture on your face, but it's just like a nice glowy highlighter that you can, like, leave subtle, or you can build it up a bit, and you can really see, like, the glow that you get from that. So we're going to go in and we're going to do the other side. It's just so, like I said, it's so beautiful. And I really think this would work on, like, light to medium skin tones. They should definitely come out with one for deeper skin tones, because I don't know how this would look. But I think this looks great on my skin tone, and I'm pretty light. So, I mean, if you're really fair, it may be a little bit too dark, but if not, I think it would work for you. And it's such a beautiful, like, I can see it. It just glistens. It's so beautiful. And I like to pull mine down a little bit further. I know some people don't, but I do. So then I'm going to go in on the tip of my nose. We're going to go down the bridge of my nose just a little bit. And I'm actually going to take my finger. I just really want that to have that nice glow to it as well. Put some on my Cupid's bow. I probably should have did this before I did the lip oil though. But that's okay, we'll just mix it in with the lip oil. Then we're going to go down here on my chin just a little, and a little bit on my forehead. I definitely like to have that glowing effect, but look how beautiful that is. It's such a pretty highlight. Like, I can see myself using this a ton. I just think it's so beautiful and glistening, and it's just perfection. I really, really like it. All right, guys, so I'm back. So this is the finished eye look. I'll just kind of close my eyes for a moment so you guys can see. So that is the finished look I came up with using the Soft Glam palette. I did go in after and add some of the Amrezy highlighter just on my upper brow bone and in the inner corners of my eye to brighten those up a little bit more. And I did add some of the black shade Noir down here at the bottom, and I just kind of stamp that into my lash line just to give the appearance of a little bit thicker lashes. You could of course add a lash to this look and make it more intense, but I didn't do that. But yeah, this is the finished look I came up with. I do think this is an amazing palette, and I think if you don't have it already, you should definitely go ahead and pick it up. I know it's coming to Sephora fairly soon. It's already released on the Anastasia of Beverly Hills website, as well as the Amrezy highlighter, which I like as well, which I actually love. So I will link them both down below if you guys want to go ahead and check them out. But overall, I'm going to keep playing with this. If I have any updates, I'll let you guys know. But I think it's a really great palette, and I like the look that I was able to create. I'm looking forward to creating more looks. Of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Leave me a comment down below if you've tried this palette and your thoughts on it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.